Hello and welcome to WTNB Today. I'm your host, Wendy Benton. Thank you for joining me. I'm here with some special guests, Matt Ryerson and Yuri Davis. They are with Ocoee Track and Trail Running Club, which I have to tell you, I had not heard of this until this morning because I'm not a runner. So as we're going through the interview, I want help me to get the mindset to become a runner, okay? Because you all are putting this positive spin and you do a lot of great things with the running club. And Matt, do you care to start out with the purpose of the club?
Yeah, a couple years ago we did the Run Now Relay, which was a run to Boston in response to that terroristic bombing of the Boston Marathon to raise money and raise awareness. Which was a fantastic event, raised $70,000. And afterwards, a lot of people kept asking, well, what are you going to do next? What's the next cause? And I think that generally is the spirit of the running community, is very philanthropic and cause-related. And so we really looked at not so much a specific cause, but when a cause developed, we wanted to have an avenue to make sure that we could put our passion, which was running, into action through a 501c3 organization that we could do some really strong philanthropic work. So really I think the combination of our desire as runners to do something good for a cause that meant something to us came together and helped us, really was the driving force behind the development of the running club.
And Yuri, you all officially started last January, but it took about 6 months of talking and going through just, I guess, getting people on board with you. But really, officially, January was your opening month.
Several months leading up to January, we would meet, kind of open community meeting just to gauge a response and make sure we'd have enough participation to do it. And it had a lot of turnout. We did have a lot of people. And in January, we kind of kicked off our membership and got our nonprofit status started. And we've got around 56 memberships in, which is good for a first year running club. We hadn't even finished a year yet, but had real good, strong response this year and done some good things with it too.
And membership cost is what?
It's $25 for an individual, just one person, and it's $40 for your whole family. No matter if you have 5 kids, 1 kid, the whole family can come for $40, and that'll go through its calendar year, so it'll go all the way through January 2017 if you sign up now. So.
Okay, and you all have kind of gotten into events, a couple of events that you've already sponsored this year. I know Yuri's been very instrumental in the youth run that you had, and before that it was Bands on the Run. Tell us a little bit about those events.
Yeah, I'll let Yuri talk about the youth events. That was his kind of focus. The other couple events we helped with a 5K in the spring called Bands on the Run, which was tied to Ocoee Middle School. Brian Gallagher was the driving force there. He was the band director at Ocoee Middle School. Brian tragically passed away this past year. And so following that event, we really felt, again, in kind of the tradition of Run Now, inspired to put our passion running into action and do something philanthropic for somebody that we cared about in the family. And so 20 of us in the club decided to run a marathon that Brian had originally planned to run, the Air Force Marathon in Dayton, Ohio. And we finished that race for him, and we're able to raise a significant amount of money for the family. There's always unexpected costs when there's a tragedy like that, and so we were able to, I think, offset some of those expenses and really kind of honor his memory and his great tradition as a runner and as a community pillar. And then this fall we had really one of the most exciting events that we've done.
The Gallagher Youth Cross Country Series ran in October, kind of coincides with the high school cross country season and middle school, but we got to looking around and there's really nothing for like elementary age runners in the Cleveland area, so we wanted to open that up, grades 3, 4, and 5. It's just a 1 mile run, and every Tuesday evening in October we had it, so it was a series. Very little cost to the kids. Pretty much every school in the city and county had participants. We averaged around 80 kids at each run, and it grew every week. The final run, we probably had around 85, 86 kids that ran and finished. They got a t-shirt, a finisher's medal, and we saw a lot of kids out there that's never ran before. It was their first time they ran. And like Matt said, the running community is very supportive, so they were always at the finish line. Everybody was cheering until the last kid came through, so it was positive for everybody involved. It was a real good thing, and we'll do that annually. We'll start doing that every fall and open that up to all the elementary age kids. It was a great event.
Well, it sounds like it, and kids love to run, and giving them, I guess, some structure behind it, kind of start out those future maybe track runners. You just don't know what you're instilling in their minds.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that. We talked about that. We had kids that didn't run and really have grown to like the experience because it is so supportive. But we had one, and if not two kids, that actually set the state record for their age group. It was an unofficial course, so it's not an actual qualified time, but both of them cleared the record by a good 30 seconds. So in fact, we doubled and triple checked the times because it was fast. And so we have some really good young talent here as well. So it's really exciting.
Yeah.
That's great, and now they know that. They can, maybe look forward to that once they get to middle school and high school track. That's awesome.
Yeah, I look for that event to just keep growing every year, because word of mouth will spread, and I know we had, even after it was over, we'd have people emailing us, is it still going? I want to sign my kid up. I missed it. So hopefully next year, it'll just continue to grow and be
And
better.
what was the cost to do
It was
the run?
$5 for the entire series, not per race, but for three runs, and we try to keep the cost low so anybody could participate, and it turned out really well. They got a t-shirt, a medal, and of course a great experience,
Right.
too, on top of that.
Definitely. And then you all actually hosted a big run as well that was here in Cleveland.
The 13.1, it was Cleveland's first official half marathon, was here in March. We had over 200 runners participate in that. The organization is 13.1, and our club was the host. We paced it, so we had runners at every quarter hour going out and pacing people. So if somebody has trouble keeping a particular pace, we would actually have runners with them to keep the pace. And as of right now, they're verbally committed to coming back in this spring, and we're hoping to hear an official announcement in the next month or two. And we anticipate that'll be larger. It's a great course. It starts at the mall and runs the entire length of the Greenway, downtown through the historic district, and just gets a beautiful look at our city and the Greenway and the great assets that we have here. And it is a fantastic race, and flat to boot. So it's a great starter race. So.
Great for runners. Runners love it.
Yeah.
I can imagine. And then you've got something coming up too. You said, Yuri, that it's going to go through the end of the year, your scavenger hunt.
It's kind of a virtual scavenger hunt for the members, and to drive some new membership to finish the year out. But I haven't posted all the things yet, but on your weekly run, daily run, or whatever, from now through New Year's Eve, basically, we'll have some things out. For example, an inflatable snowman, something unique to your city, so that you don't have to live in Cleveland to participate in it. But street art or something like that, snap a picture of it with your cell phone, post it to our Facebook page. It's just on Ocoee Track and Trail. And then New Year's Day or soon after, we'll just randomly kind of draw people out that posted those pictures for some prizes. The new Rock Creek here in town actually donated a real nice hydration pack for runners. Those get expensive, so that'd be a great gift. Be a good Christmas gift for somebody also. But socks, Swiftwick socks, hats, running shirts. We got a lot of goodies to give out. So, and it's fun to just look at everybody's pictures too on there. But we'll be kicking that off next week sometime, December 5th, I'll say, and run it through January 1st.
Okay. And do you anticipate any more events for next year that you may plan, or stick with what you've got so far?
Well, I'm sure we'll always build on what we'll do. There's something new will pop up for sure that we'll get involved in. And unofficially, we as a group, we usually always have like a New Year's Day run, and we post that. And
I'll just say here, we decided to run this on New Year's Eve last year, and so we ran it at the stroke of midnight. We started running, and our goal was at the end of the run to be able to say, hey, all year we've run, just this entire year. But it was late and it was cold, and we're all too old to do that. So I'm not sure it'll be at midnight again. It might be in the next morning, but yeah, we traditionally have special events like that, and they're pretty much member focused, Facebook followers that we announce things and say, hey, this is coming up, much like the scavenger hunt. Get people rallied around getting excited to get out and run and stay healthy, especially this time of year where it's really easy to stay in the comfort of your home and sit on the couch where it's nice, warm, and cozy. But we all feel more accomplished when we get out and get healthy and do some exercise. And so that's a part of the club's efforts, is to inspire people to get healthy. We're also talking about kind of a record around a youth meet, a spring youth meet of some sort, giving kids an opportunity, some of the kids, to set the state record where we'd actually certify the course. We also have a gentleman here in town, we call him Johnny Marathon, who is poised to set a world record in the mile distance for running it in a full fireman's uniform.
Oh,
and
goodness.
So he has been training, and he believes that he can set the world record on this, so we may have Guinness come in for that type of event. So we're in the planning stages of a lot of fun stuff, and I think it's worth, if nothing else, just to follow on Facebook to see what's next.
Right. Well, it makes me excited to get out and run. I don't know that I will, but I would love to.
Do it!
I don't know if I can make it from here to the end of the Greenway.
That's how you start.
But you guys are doing a great job, and it's so much fun. All the excitement you can tell as you're talking about it, the events that you're having, that you're bringing to the community, and especially for the youth, and to get them going. And if someone is interested in joining, tell them exactly how they can do that.
You can follow pretty much everything we do on our Facebook page, and if you just search Ocoee Track and Trail, it'll pop up there. We have a web page to sign up for your membership there. There's an easy link, just sign right up on there, and that's where we post any group runs we have, any type of community races. A lot of other 5Ks or 10Ks that are here in town that we haven't even started will send us info, so we'll advertise that for them. One coming up, the Jingle Bell Jog, Salvation Army. But if they'll follow our Facebook page, Ocoee Track and Trail, they'll learn everything they need to about the club on there.
So do they just show up? How do they pay their membership?
Yeah, if they just get on the Facebook page and message us, we'll send them the information, and it's a pretty simple process. And again, the cost is so low, but it's an investment into good philanthropic causes and mostly youth programming. And then inside track on special events and awards and prizes like Yuri's lined up from Rock Creek, one of our sponsors. So, yeah, I think the Facebook page is the easiest. Just message us or just type right in there a message and say, hey, I'm interested in membership, and we'll get you the information, no problem.
Okay. Well, it's great. I'm glad you guys have started it. It sounds like it's going to be growing as well, and you've got a lot of wonderful things coming up for the new year. As well, and your scavenger hunt.
Yes.
So if anyone, could Wendy get out there and run?
Absolutely.
I could win some neat prizes.
Sure
I may not run very far, but I could get my pictures.
You can.
Does that count?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you both, Matt and Yuri, for joining me today, and I hope you've enjoyed hearing about the Ocoee Track and Trail Running Club. And if you're interested in joining, please visit their Facebook page, and we will see you next time on WTNB Today.